Hey you guys, I hope everyone's doing really well today. It's chilly out. I love this weather though. It's like such cuddle weather. Okay, so we are going to tap into karma and dharma and just like when you're at that like karmic crossroad, okay? So I titled it Karmic Crossroads. Returning to the right path, okay? If you've severed off your path, there's always a way back to get into alignment, okay? So karma means action. And when we act with truth, integrity, and intention, we purify our karmic space. Each right action becomes fire that burns through old debts, balances energies, and reveals mastery over our lessons. These karmic patterns we face are not punishments. They're divine invitations, okay? When we can look at our karmas as gifts of God's love, we begin to understand that what once felt unfair or painful was never meant to destroy us. It was meant to awaken us, right? So we are souls having that human experience, vessels through which God's grace is expressed. Each lesson is his way of guiding us back to the higher road, to our divine path and our true timeline. When we reach these karmic crossroads, where we've once strayed, faltered, or repeated an old cycle, there's always a way back, okay? Healing is the key. Awareness is the key. Acceptance is the doorway. When we choose to see the lesson clearly, we align with divine understanding, and suddenly clarity and forward momentum rush in. Small victories begin to appear. As we honor those small successes, we feel our determination to stay on course. Gratitude and recognition become sacred tools, giving thanks to the Most High, to our higher selves, and to our inner strength for learning to walk the right way. We start to see where we once chased false fulfillment and now choose foundations of truth. Ones that are ours alone, unattached to anyone else's destiny. So Albert Einstein once said, a problem cannot be solved on the same level of consciousness that created it, right? So this is why clarity of mind and spiritual consciousness are vital. So we must become aware of our actions, thoughts, and conditioning. Even the beliefs we've inherited that no longer serve us. Sometimes that means backtracking to heal the places where we learned the wrong patterns, right? And that's okay. That's totally okay. I mean, you guys, we grow up over time. We travel. We experience other traditions even, other beliefs, virtues. Our morals transition, They do change, like you marry into different families. Like, that can alter. You change up even religions, People do it all the time because they grow or they just want to experience something different. So, and that becomes, as an adult, right? We grow into ourselves and we get to pick what we believe in, where we want to go, what we want to experience. And those experiences, they really alter those initial belief systems that we had, especially from when we were younger, from childhood, from our family dynamics. And we don't have to neglect our old beliefs or totally transition away from them. There's a foundation within certain traditions that we have grown up with that we do still believe in, or we do infuse into our lives, or even like on holidays and things like that. I know that's, but it's just, I find it like interesting when people talk about like spirituality, I think, and then, say you're like Catholic or Christian. And yes, that's more of a foundation of like the church. And there are obviously, there's the Bible and going by that. But spirituality is the source, the foundation, the creator, which is all of one, is God. Like there's the alignment, and it is living from a more, I think spirituality is just living from a more open-minded space and not limiting yourself or judging others, I think it just gives more freedom to what essentially like we're truly here for, and finding our paths and not judging others, nor trying to push it onto anyone else, you know? It's a very open-minded way of thinking. And it really is a form of just learning more intuitively about yourself, right? So going inner, like connecting further with source, and essentially like connecting fully with the Most High, and fully getting this, you know, all the spiritual downloads, and just a wholeness of one. And you know, there's no like judgment around it. That's like essentially, you guys, I think what we're really all trying, call it spirituality or not, I think as a human being, like we're trying to get back to a place of non-judgment, because that's a very limited mindset to have, right? And labels, like move away from the labels. And it's just finding the passion within. It's healing the inner child, essentially, right? And growing into exactly of what you want to be at the end of the day. It's coming back to the spirit within us, right? The spirit, the joy, the happiness, the wholeness of feeling that freedom, true freedom, and not allowing any person, place, thing, entity to entrap you within, you know, the mindset, within, you know, the physical foundations, you know, of this world, with just entrapment within yourself. And that is a strong, where you have to look inside and like heal those places so you can free yourself from past traumas and all these things, and the limited beliefs and whatnot. So, you know, so awareness is the first act of liberation. Being aware of yourself and others, and truly like finding self again. Remembering self. Who and what and where we want to be, where we want to go, and the journey. So, and to get on that journey, we can find this, obviously, through stillness and introspection. Okay, the hermit phase. So we cleanse, reform, and realign. In that sacred solitude, we gather strength to leap forward again with wisdom and discernment, no longer bound by the old path or the old way of doing things, the old way of thinking, right? Because what are those still necessary in our lives now as adults? Are those our true thoughts, beliefs, values, virtues, you know? So that's where the true mastery of karma happens, when you can recognize the test and no longer fall for the illusion. Every karmic situation carries a spiritual lesson. And the way out is never through avoidance, right? It's through recognition and transformation. We heal by cultivating the opposite quality of what once trapped us. Okay? If impatience led us astray, we learn patience. If greed clouded our heart, we learn gratitude. If pride blinded us, we learn humility. Quick paths, whether in relationships, money, or recognition, are often illusions. When success or love comes without the rooted lessons, it cannot sustain itself. We fall from the illusion not because God wants to punish us, but because he's bringing us back to reality. Because he doesn't want us to continue down paths with ourselves, bringing in other people, when it is the wrong path. And then you're going to have to grow back up from the bottom. You have to like outroot yourself and then plant the seeds again, you know, and then obviously dealing with all the emotional, like somewhat traumas. I mean, I'm talking like this is like when you jump into marriages and then you got to get out of that. Like, you know, because why did we jump in them? What was the intention truly? Was it love? Was it, and you guys, I always say like, sometimes it's like this, like I don't even need the contract when it comes to like true love. Like if that is true love, like what I want is the loyalty, is the actual true love. And yes, they're like, I'm talking like when it comes to the marriage and all of that, like that is a piece of paper, that is a contract, that is a binding contract. And I'm not saying like, yes, if you're really truly in love, like yeah, get married and do all the things. So I'm saying we really need to see what the intentions are by each individual, because I think we just get so excited, and it's like our society has taught us that's the next step, and it's like there's a lot to that, and divorce is like very expensive. I'm just saying, like, and that's what our society wants. It's like they want you to like bind in these contracts, and it's like it's a lot of distraction. And God is saying, and that is why he's saying, I want to make you whole as a person, and bring you into your kingdom and queendom spouse with that wholeness of each other. And then yes, it's a forever love. Like, I want to pass away with my person, like power couple, all the things. Like, that is the essence behind true love. Nothing will break that. Nobody. But that takes really knowing your person and understand and knowing yourself. Give that time to self to grow within self, so you know. When you know, you know. And that, a lot of times, you guys, your forever person is your soul person. It's like the other part. It's like that soul tie. It's like the other part of your soul unites, you know. It's not just, it's definitely not because of the looks, the greed, you know, the status. No, you build that together. You build that together when it is pure. When you are pure, when you have cleansed your karmas away, and you've burned through all the karmas, and you are building that Dharma. You know, you have assisted yourself to that point where you are assisting others from the love, from the soul fulfillment of that giving without needing receiving almost. Do you see it? So there's a lot more that goes within self before we can have all the things in the world. And yes, like you guys, a lot of us are just realizing this, right? We're like awakening. We're like sitting here like crap. Like, what am I in right now? I can't believe I found myself here. That's okay though. That's okay. That's why we're talking about this. This is why we're going to burn through our karmas. We're going to unleash the guilt, the shame from them first. We are going to make amends with our doings, what we have already done. I had my karmas, and you guys, it's not like you just never have them again. Yes, you're gonna like sway here and there, but that is the ebb and flow of working with the universe, right? So the more, and it's like you have your, you do your good deeds, you get your like karmas here, your dharmas here, and then you like burn those karmas off, right? Like when you do good, you're also like burning away the karmas that you've had from the past. So it's just being aware of how we move. It's just the sooner that you realize, like, I don't want to be in this situation anymore. How can I make my way out of this, right? And that is being in your most authentic self, and that is speaking your truth, telling the truth, and moving out of situations, away from people, places, and things, hermiting, so you can collect yourself again, find your truth, and say, what do I want next, right? We are sweeping away these old, like, places and people and things that we've been in for so long that are not serving us. They're just not serving us. They're keeping us kept in places that are not necessary for us anymore. But we must see that. We must see that and be okay with that. And being okay with allowing others to feel what they feel about that as well. Happy or not happy, because this is each individual path that we must take to step back in alignment with our true divinity, right? And that is why we have the free will to make those choices, and no one should be making those for you but you. Yes, we can have the help and the therapy moments with our friends and all of that, but as long as they're positive, you know, and they really truly want the best for you, and there's no like guilt behind it. There's no like passive aggressive push to be like, feel bad for me though. Okay, and we have to, that's the people pleasing thing. We just gotta really, really uproot ourselves from that mindset, from needing to please everyone, because when you're pleasing everyone, you're definitely not pleasing yourself. You're definitely not taking care of yourself. So it starts with you. And you step into your own leadership when you do that. And when you make those firm boundaries, you also allow other people in your life to find their firm boundaries with whomever they need to assess in their life, right? It's just, right, every morning, it's like, take that moment to you're recharged, new day, and how do I want my day to look? Who do I want around me? And then the ripple effect of that begins. So it's like, who is going to be the first person within like the group to like make the changes, make the strong fundamental changes within their life. And it begins a ripple effect. And then do you see, like, we're all then ripple affecting together, and then it's like coming back into a higher vibrational, higher frequency level of balance and understanding ourselves. It's just the first push to make, and it is hard and it can feel lonely at times being in that hermit mode, but it is necessary for growth. It just is. Okay. Okay, so true prosperity is built on patience, purity, and purpose. Getting to our purpose. What is our purpose in life, right? And those can differ, and that's okay. Just change is so positive, you guys. It's so good for our soul. Our soul needs it, and our soul is always like screaming at us, like, no, this is not satisfying, you know, like, because there's something greater for you. Just, it's like the phoenix rising, come up from it, you know. All right. So when we do the work the right way, right, we feel the difference. We feel like a fulfillment each time we make the step in the right direction. It does feel good, and it can be hard at times, but it is necessary for the growth behind it all, right? And for the firmness of that foundation to not fall. Okay, so it's no longer an illusion of success. It's a lived, embodied reality. Our abundance becomes undeniable because it's born from integrity and inner alignment. That vibration magnetizes more abundance, more peace, and more divinely aligned people into our orbit. The people aligning with us that are on the same wavelength, on that same vibration of us. So it feels good. It feels nice. Like you're not needing to assist everybody and their mom. They're aligning with you, you know, be it your friends or just be it people around you, like knowing them or know them or not. You're on like different timelines. We rise up and we can shift those timelines, and it becomes a more peaceful environment around you. So as we make clear conscious choices that reflect our values and virtues, we begin to discern between attention and authentic connection. Not every spark is divine fire. So not every person who notices us has good intentions, unfortunately, you know. This is why we must guard our creativity, our sacred energy, especially our sacral chakra, and withdraw into solitude when needed, right? I mean, we can have you guys, I know we talk about introverts, extroverts. It's finding the balance, understanding when you need to, you know, be the introvert, go back into your sanctuary, recharge. And sometimes I think there is a name for, like, you can be an introvert and an extrovert. I feel like I'm that. But I know I have found my balance as to when, or depending on who I may have to even be around, I know when my recharge moment needs to come, you know, and I know when to go do that and step aside. And that is what you learn through this healing process as well. It's beautiful. So we learn when to withdraw into solitude when needed to clarify what is real, what energy is ours and what is not, or what we just need to recharge from, right? It can be overwhelming. You guys, there's so many running emotions all the time, and it's a lot. We can get away from ourselves very easily. And so coming back to find that clarity, what is real and what is an illusion, and what we just know we don't want to be around any longer, or what we find that we do and we're like, I enjoy that person, they uplift me. And you will feel that with people that are aligned within themselves. You will feel uplifted yourself. You even like not only the environment changes, the feeling changes, the conversation is different. And you will find yourself even channeling almost like from another space. And it feels good. It feels soul fulfilling. And when we purify our inner vessel and quiet the noise around us, divine guidance flows freely. We begin to attract relationships, opportunities, and communities that are built on mutual respect, not codependence, divine alignment, not manipulation. Okay? And perhaps most importantly, as we heal and clear our karmas, we must resist the urge to justify our past actions. Justification traps us in stagnation. It keeps us looping through illusions that we then deny ourselves of the truth, right? And getting deeper and deeper enclosed within that illusion where we don't know what is up or down anymore. And it's scary. That can become scary, especially when people are attaching and latching onto that illusion. So this is a big one, you guys. Growth requires humility. Sorry. The courage to admit to ourselves, I didn't know better then, okay? But I do now. And I will learn from this lesson because I am not going to be played again. I am not going to be misled again. And that's a good feeling. That is growth within self. But just to admit that first, it's okay. It is so okay to admit these things, that we have gone down wrong paths, that we have allowed our ego to guide us there, you know, following that like devilish path, unbeknownst to ourselves a lot of times, you guys, because yes, our friends, our family and things can lead us to these things sometimes, right? It's a lot of times done with other people. So let's not fault ourselves for these. Let's just notice them and grow from them. And that's where transformation begins, truly. You gotta start somewhere, right? And it sometimes it's a start and a go and then a stop and then a start, but that's okay. Like that is the greatest part of it. We're never fully trapped anywhere. We're not, unless we are choosing to stay. So when do we say no more? No. No to ourselves, no to our egos, saying calm the fuck down. We're going this way. It's a little harder, but we're doing it. We are doing it for the betterment of ourselves, not for the world, for you, so you can experience the world in the right direction. Okay? And God helps you through that, all down the right course. Okay? Move with the ebb and flow of the universe and you will be okay. You will be great. So the transformation is when we forgive ourselves, integrate our lessons learned, and make peace with our past. We reclaim the power to create anew, right? Each realization, each conscious correction is a step forward toward divine fulfillment, soul fulfillment. We move faster, lighter, freer. No longer bound by cycles of shame or illusion, because that is the entrapment of stagnation. Absolutely. And it keeps us in fear. And fear is the biggest illusion. And that is what our society ingrains. It does. It's fear. And it's not real. It is not real. We can escape that. That is transmuting that fearful energy into positive, uplifting, knowing that you can move forward. You can change, shift anything, you guys. Anything. Okay? Soon, you find yourself then living in your own sanctuary. A space of inner peace and sovereignty. And that is, dude, I was going to say dude. I came random. You guys, that's even a sanctuary within yourself. That is that inner peace. You could be in a crowd of people. I have a friend that can stand in a crowd of people and straight be in a meditation, but still be aware of everything around, but is in like such a almost solitude of like peace. It's wild. I'm like, what? I'm like, are you doing it right now? No, but that's mastering. That is like mastering that what we come into our homes, and when we meditate, you can find that. You can do that. That's very good for people that have like really bad anxiety. You practice meditation, and you can do that within a crowd of people and feel at peace. And from that inner peace and that sovereignty that you find, from there, you choose who enters your circle. That's huge, right? Who aligns with your mission, who honors your truth. Because when if they can honor your truth, they're definitely honoring their own, right? You become discerning, radiant, balanced, and in that divine balance, you attract relationships, work, and experiences that mirror your healed state of mind, state of your essence flows, is like exuding, but you still get to choose who you allow into that sanctuary, your home, your body, your vessel, all aspects of your life, because it's yours, and you have totally reconstructed it, defined it however you want it to look, and you're pursuing it. And that is the true prosperity. Okay, that is the pure foundation. You become your own pure foundation. That is karmic mastery. Okay, so, and now, my love, let's pause to reflect on how karma and dharma flow together. So, burning through karma and enhancing dharma. Karma is energy in motion. So every action, thought, and choice returns to us, right? When we act with awareness and integrity, we burn through karma. We integrate lessons, release patterns, and close loops. Okay? Dharma grows stronger when we act with love in secret, kindness without recognition, truth even when it's hard, justice even when it's inconvenient and uncomfortable. These become the right actions that align us with God's divine order. Karma tests the ego, but dharma serves the soul. Each time we choose integrity over illusion, patience over impulse, or compassion over justification, we rise higher. And even heavy truths spoken in love, you guys, I hope that you guys even know, when I know I come across strong, but it is truly from my heart. Really, I hope that you guys can see that. It's just passionate. And take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? So even heavy truths spoken in love align us with the divine. And our higher self. Okay? And our divinity. We sit in our divinity, truly, authentically. So, let's start burning our karma through awareness. Enhance dharma through selfless actions. Okay? It's like doing a kind thing, picking up trash without anyone knowing, like anyone seeing. What is that? There's like a survey. It's do good without recognition, right? And that is truly what God wants us all to be doing, right? You're doing it because you know it's the right thing to do. And that's all areas in life. And that aligns, right, with your morals, values, virtues. And it's really the simple things. Because when we can do the simple things like that from our heart space and from our soul, like that's when we do the big things from our heart space and our soul, because it's the true within us. That's where we live. We live within that sovereignty, within that goodness of ourselves. That's living out your morals, your beliefs, your virtues. You know, so it's like a good way to look at it. That's truly who you are on all levels. You know, you don't fake it behind the scenes. That's just it's within you. You know, it's instilled because that's how you want to live your life. And I think we should all think about that. Start living like that. So, enhance your dharma through selfless actions. Okay? This is how we step out of the cycle and into liberation. Okay? So, and now, having reflected, learned, and aligned ourselves with true with truth, love, and purpose, having burned through the lessons and strengthened our dharmas, we step fully into what has always been ours. That is the true prosperity, that is the pure foundation, and that is the karmic mastery, like I said above. All right? I hope that helped. I love all y'all. I hope you guys are having a great week. And I will put my offerings at the end. Okay, have a good night. Smile, be happy. I love you. And go out there and do something kind without anyone knowing, just for doing it, okay? Just for doing it, for helping, even if it's picking up trash. You're helping Mother Gaia. You are saving our planet. All right. I love you guys. Okay, bye.
Running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Is this movie that I think you like? This guy decides to quit his job and